Hey folks, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. I'm here, finally. I'm back at my natural shelter. I'm going to do an overnight at the natural shelter. I have a wool blanket on my backpack. I've hiked in for over an hour trying to find this thing. Finally found it. It's still here. It's still standing. This will be my very last time at the natural shelter. Tomorrow morning, I will be tearing it down. I'm moving far away. I will never ever come back here, and I really don't want to be just leaving this in the woods. Alright guys, come on inside with me. This is the first time I've been here since before May of this year. I remember I came here in preparation for my solo 10 days thing, and the black flies started biting me. That's why I went a little bit earlier to my trip. Thank God I did. Alright, let's go check it out. I got mushrooms growing on the logs. That's pretty cool. Okay, so check this out. This bench, which is protected by my lean-to, and the debris, is dry. It's way more dry. I'm sure it's damp, you know what I mean? I'm sure it's got a little bit of dampness on it. But look at this one. There's no mistaking it. Like, this is soaking wet. I could wipe the water off of it. Huh. So, even though my shelter was not thatched, still like 100% good. Well, it is good. It's not the best. But it is holding the water out with just this duff off of the ground. No live material was used for this whole shelter. That is cool. That is very cool. Look at that, they're dry. It's all dry in there, bro. And then wet. Well, that's very cool. That was the first time I used the duff like that as a full thatching material on the back too. I've used it as bedding and partly on the back, but never just that. And man, this has been standing for years. Years! Through snow, wind, rain. She's good to go, guys. Good to go. Very proud. Very proud of my lean-to. You are the best lean-to. Let me get this backpack off. This is a Hidden Woodsman Deep Woods ruck. Deep Woods ruck. And I'll get into this a little bit more later, but right now let's just hang the bad boy up. This is a beastie pack. This is an external frame. No joke here. Damn, son. Look at that. Fancy pants. I am a little warm from hiking in. Probably get rid of this jacket too. But today is going to be a rainy, chilly day. I've got my wool blanket. I'm actually going to get that inside the shelter just in case it starts raining or dripping or whatever thing or anything like that. I don't want it to get wet, obviously, because it's my warmth for tonight while I'm sleeping. I cannot believe how dry it is in here, boys and girls. For reals. Like, she dry. She dry. It doesn't seem like anyone's been here at all. Nothing's moved. There's no garbage. The fire hasn't been burned. Yoink. Alright, same tripod from when Mike is here. Mike was here. Used his red paracord on it. Actually, this is probably from before that, just retied. I think I cooked a steak pretty high up there one time. So it's a good cooking tripod. Just wanted to get it over there, get a little bit more room. I gotta get some firewood. I don't have a saw with me, I only brought an axe. So that'll be fun. I haven't used an axe in a long time, so I figured leave the saw at home. Just leave the saw at home. That's Mike's bed he made. Big old fire pit. For those who don't know, when I originally built this, I was concerned about the duff underneath the ground catching on fire. Like all of what I built all of what I built that with, the thatching, is very flammable. So I found big rocks and I lined the pit with it. This is all put here. This rock is put here. This rock is put here. Lots of work in rocks here. And I got a big old block in the fire reflector so it doesn't burst into flames again. This is a good setup, guys. I really do like this place and I'm proud of it and I've put a lot of time and effort into it, but the fact of the matter is I don't want to just leave this standing knowing that I'll never be here again, when it's like potentially could fall down, potentially could, if somebody's in it, maybe somebody could cut a rope or hit the wrong board or something and potentially have it fall on them at the very worst case scenario. And at the very least, there's paracord on the trees here that the trees will grow around and it will kill off the trees, and it's littering, right? If I just leave this paracord here, that's not going to just disintegrate, right? So other than that, there's no live trees cut. I swear to God, and I cut no live trees for this. I can show you after when I'm tearing it down. Not a one. So I feel good about that. And I use no branches, no limbs, no needles, no pine boughs or anything like that on this for any kind of thatching or for rainproofing. When I did use a natural material for the bed, I used sticks. I used a bundle of thin sticks, dead sticks. So that's my reasoning behind it. I feel okay about it being torn down. Even though it's a good shelter, I feel better about it being torn down than just leaving it here. So I will be building more up on my property and the property I have access to up there that I'm allowed to. I will be building a couple more up there. So it's not a big deal. I just really will never be visiting this spot again. I know it. It's too far from my new place, and there's no point in coming here when I have countless acres of wilderness up right where I'll be. I hope that makes sense. You follow? You dig? The axe that I chose to bring on this trip was my council tool Woodcraft. It's a decent axe. I don't have much experience with it, only a few times. It's got a thicker head on it, as you can see. It's got like a splitting aid on it as well. This little flare that comes out. But she's sharp as the dickens. I believe it's a V-grind, not a convex. It might be a flat. Short handle, maybe a 23, 24 inch tops. So it's a bit shorter than what I'm used to, but we're gonna make it work. I accidentally left my wedding ring on. I don't like doing that when I'm camping because using an axe digs into it like crazy. So I'm gonna put this away and then let's go chop some firewood because I have to have a fire all night long with just that wool blanket. The temps are, I don't know, right around 9 or something Celsius, but a fire will help. All right, now to not lose this. We were so poor when we got married. We got our wedding rings at the pawn shop. Alrighty, let's go find a tree. Now I have been here a lot, and the immediate area is pretty devoid of dead trees considering I use them for firewood and for building. Well, it's alright, we'll go take a little hike. Go take a little hikey. Alright, this is perfect. This is exactly what I'm looking for. This is a white oak. And it's just kind of fallen out of a tree or fallen over. So this is perfect. I don't have to chop it to get it out anywhere. And it's a nice dense wood. It's a little wet on the outside, a little damp, but it's okay. Once I get a fire going, everything will burn, everything will dry. Everything's going to be a little bit damp right now. Same with that. Solid. Solid gold. That was a little bit too rotted. Got a nice white pine here. petrified wood, nice and seasoned. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this axe is a bit on the short side. I don't know if you saw that, but on my second swing, I really almost missed it. I didn't, I only hit it with the top part of the axe head there. So anyways, takes some getting used to, but she works really well. I obviously got this tree down, very little effort, but again, it is a white pine, and it is a lot softer wood than that white oak. Man, it's so pretty back in here. There's so much moss. Right here in front of you too, there's a maple I could probably just pull down. Perfect. When the log was really long, I was able to just drop it on, chop away without it bouncing too much. Now when it's short like this, even though in that specific situation it didn't bounce, normally it is going to bounce. So I'll put my foot onto it, but then when in doing that, you got to really be careful when you're chopping this way that you don't bounce off and put the axe into your foot. That's why a lot of the times you'll see me chop away until it gets a good groove in it, and then come back. It has much less chance of slipping and hitting you that way. Because 9 times out of 10 it'll get stuck in this groove if you do slip. And slipping isn't something that should happen if you know what you're doing anyways. But accidents happen, and having an accident out here with an axe and my foot, probably not something I want to do. And then once it's close, you're a whack. Ba-bam, son. So when I come down to a size like this, especially in this situation where the end of it is all rotted from being near the ground, it's not that desirable to burn anyway. So I definitely want to chop this in half still. This is way too long. But putting it on the ground and trying to do like that is kind of too short and awkward. So sometimes, not always, but sometimes I'll do it like this. Try and find the middle. And just work at it around. I'm putting this on a log on the ground here. Beneath it, you can just put it right on the ground. I like to work on a log. Gets it up higher and doesn't have as much give. Although this log has a lot of give. She's old. So you can see I'm not putting so much effort into it. Just trying to mark it on all 4 sides. Alright, and by the time that's done, you should be able to just do one of those. Nice and easy. I can still use this piece. This is just not desirable, right? So that'll go on after the fire is nice and hot. Still decent though. And again, this is all just that white pine still, so harder work is coming. So here's the reason why I like a saw, right? Because you have this wood, even if I got it and collected it without a saw, or even an axe, a lot of it I was able to push over. When you bring it back and you want to cut it into lengths, a saw just makes easy, quick, safe, efficient work of it. The axe works just as fine, just a little bit more work. It's not as safe, not as efficient, and the ends aren't neatly stacked or neatly cut, but that doesn't matter at all. So again, in lieu of having a saw, I'm going to try the tree method to break some. Now you guys have seen me do this a lot, and I really believe in giving credit where credit's due. So the first time I ever saw this, I saw Les Stroud, Survivor Man, do this. But then I read Morris Kahansky's Bushcraft book, and he talks about it in there. And in all reality, I can't break this. In all reality, he learned it from someone as well. And he'll be the first to tell you that all this is just rehashed. None of this is new. People have been doing this stuff for hundreds of years. Let's see if I can break it though. See if I can do it. There you go. So this last piece I'll chop. Or maybe... Ha 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 ha! They don't need no stinking saws, bruv. What? Look at that. Look at that. Alright. And of course, they're not the perfect size, but that's okay. We break some down some more. As the rain drips off of the leaves and falls onto my noggin. So I wanted to show you guys something really cool. As you know, I'm moving away, and I have very good neighbors. I have neighbors that live across the street from me that have known me since I was in diapers, that have known my mom, my grandma. House has been my family my whole life. They're very bummed out. They're in their 80s and they're very bummed out we're moving. They've become very close. Emerald knows them as almost grandparents, and yeah, been very good people and very close with them. But so Ron, the neighbor, the man, the gentleman, the husband, we've been having some beers every now and then, every day actually. Go over and have a beer at around 3, shoot the bull with him. He's been giving me stuff. He's giving me really cool old outdoor stuff, and I got a knife from him, and I wanted to show you guys. It is from 1957 to the best of my knowledge, and it is a Normark Fiskars collab. Something like I've never seen, and I really fell in love with it, and I brought it on this trip to use as my belt knife. There she is. I'm really liking this backpack. We'll get into that in a minute too. Alright guys, now I want some help with this, right? This is special to me. This means something. It's in very good condition. I'm never going to sell it. I want to know all about it though. Ron, if you're watching, thanks man. I really do appreciate this. Okay, so on the front of it, it says Normark. Can you see that? Normark, right? It's got a like lion standing up symbol. One of those old family crest type symbols. On the back, it says this. Made in Finland. Made in Finland on Corp 1957. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if that's not what that says, boys and girls, please. But to the best of my knowledge, made in Finland on Corp 1957. On Corp 1957. So, old. It's got the Finnish Puukko type sheath dangler, which I normally don't like, but this is legit. And then the bottom Looks like an old Swedish type finish knife too. All right, we're gonna pull it out, I swear. We have a brass pommel on the end, and you can tell it's a stick tang, right? Normark. Fiskars, Finland, stainless steel, right? So Fiskars on the blade, Normark on the handle. Look at the grind. It's not a fillet knife. It's about an eighth inch thick. So, I talked to Doug about this, and he said that Normark and Fiskars, or Normark and Martini, are always switching companies or switching back and forth. They might be the same company, but those are all fillet knives. And this is 100% not a fillet knife. There's absolutely no flex to this knife. Like I said, it's about an eighth inch thick. Looks like it had a Scandi grind on it, and then either Ron or someone else has hit it with something that's left grind marks on it, but still, maybe just gave it a secondary grind. Shaves a bit, shaves a little, couple hairs, but nothing crazy. I haven't touched it up. Again, all of my stuff is in storage. I don't have a sharpener or anything like that. But look at this knife. Like, I understand it's not some crazy beefy like Rambo knife or Bushcraft or survival knife or anything like that, but this is a decent belt knife, guys. Like, look at the size of it, right? In my hand. Who has a knife like this? This isn't a normal type knife. I love it. It's so nimble. The contours are subtle but defined enough to give you a good grip on. I don't even know what that is. Some kind of poly or plastic, maybe. I like it, man. Can you tell? Like, I'm serious about this knife. So, obviously rat tang or stick tang, whatever you want to call it. So I am going to baton it, but I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to try to split big ass rounds with it. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. Big rounds with it. But yeah, man. Good for food prep, good for making curls maybe. I'm super stoked on it. So please, again, if anyone has any kind of info on this knife at all, if they've ever seen one, if they know one with someone, someone with one, or anything like that, I really want to know. I want to get as much info as possible on it. It's got a little swedge on the top. Is that what it's called? When it does that little swedge. But like 1/8 thick. I don't know that it will strike a fire steel. Let's find out. It looks pretty rounded. I haven't tried. All day! All day, boy! Not a problem. You don't want no problem. Okay, I'm even more stoked on it now that I know it strikes as fire steel. Very cool. I know it's just a different kind of knife and whatever, but it has a very big sentimental value to me, and I like it. I actually really like it. He's given me a couple other cool things, a 22 and another old beefy Rambo knife that he made and stuff. So maybe once I move and I'm showing off my house and stuff, I'll show you guys that stuff. But I really appreciate them as people. I never have to worry about my house. My kid is always welcome there. She's happy to see them. They're happy to see her. It's always like a good... I never had a grandpa ever, right? So, anyways, thanks guys for giving me this. Thank you, Ron, for giving this, and thanks guys for listening to me and possibly giving more information on it. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it right now. This is Dustin from Alone's belt. We went camping a couple years ago, and he left it in my Jeep on accident, and I found it, and I'm wearing it. All right, so again, I want my knife to sit back a touch farther. I don't really like it up in the front. I like it sitting more towards my back, and this is like a nice, light, nimble knife. I'm not really going to feel on there too much, but it's just awesome. This is a Patagonia belt. Patagucci, Dustin. Patagucci. I like a thin nylon belt when I'm camping. Big old one gets in my way. Can I do this? Give me some room. I gotta move. I gotta move. How about that juice? Alright. Bam, son. Walk, kind of jingle jangles as you go. Not gonna fall out, but bam. Check this out. This is the time of year to see mushrooms if you're into mushrooms. This is right underneath my bed. 3 decent ones. I saw a bunch more over here I wanted to show you too. All different kinds. I really have to like take a course on mushrooms or something. It's not something you can just read a book about and feel comfortable or confident enough to go out and gather and forage. Yeah, this just looks like danger to me. So who knows if those are all the same. They look similar, they could be all the same, but then there's ones like that little guy. And as you continue to walk, you're just going to see tons more and more. I saw a bunch over this way. Okay, so look, this is a fungus as well. I don't know if you specifically call these mushrooms or not, but this is more of a shelf fungus. That's not even turkey tail or anything like that. Turkey tail grows like that. Trametes versicolor. Look at this. This is from squirrels eating pine cones or pine nuts out of the pine cone. Squirrel mitten, it's called. There's another one. More there. Oh, these ones trip me out. These look like coral to me. You can see the poison down in there. Look at that. That blue. It's ready to mess somebody up. Yeah, those ones always remind me of coral. Coral! Where were the... Oh, there's the big ends. Look at those. Are those parasols? Is that something? Those are cool looking. This one's broken. Ugh, it feels like poison. I found a puffball, a giant puffball mushroom a couple times down closer to where I live, and brought it home. Brought it home one time, cooked it up. It was decent. It was like a tofu type thing, if you can call tofu decent. I just put a lot of butter and garlic and salt, and just tasted like butter and garlic and salt, really. But anyway, yeah, maybe when I move, take a course at the college, edible fungi course, and I'll be a fun guy. Dad joke. This is more of a turkey tail here, Trametes versicolor. They call it turkey tail because it does get, see there, it looks like a turkey tail. Obviously it gets a lot more color. Man, I absolutely love this time of year. It's like rejuvenating, invigorating for me. This summertime is no good. It's way too hot. But like, listen. It's dead calm. Nobody's out here. There's no bugs out here. It's chilly, like two shirts, a buff, thick socks, pants, you know. I'm chopping wood. And I'm comfortable, very comfortable. If I could have all year round like this, I would. I'm gonna miss this place, man. Been here a handful of times. It's just got a feel to it. I love the feel that this place has. Do you know what I mean? Does anybody understand what I'm talking about? Somewhere in the woods that's not hard, you know, it's not like a, excuse me, it's not a fight to be comfortable kind of thing. I'm very comfortable here in every sense of the word. Has a good smell. It smells like fall. Well, as much as I like to sleep outside and have people think I'm just some kind of wild man who doesn't give a care about anything, look at the size of the spider web right there, bro. I ain't sleeping with that. Ain't nobody gonna sleep with that. Well, excuse me. That's a legit little spider dank right there. Get from here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go around and look. That's probably the worst of all of it anyway. I just really... Oh, there's one. There's a decent one. I just really don't feel like getting a million spider bites while I'm sleeping. Or inadvertently eating them. Do you guys hear that statistic? It's something crazy, like the average person eats like 12 spiders a year in their sleep, or in their life in their sleep or something. 12 is too many, regardless. Eating them. Spiders. Ah! Got some crows up in here. I need a couple things out of my backpack, so I figure let's get it down. Let me show you all about it. I'll get the things I need out, and then I'll start to use my knife, splitting up and making some shavings and some wood. I want to get my sit pad out of here, though, so I don't get my knees all wet. I don't want wet knees. No one wants a cold butt, or wet knees. So again, this is the Deep Woods Ruck from Malcolm at the Hidden Woodsman. Malcolm's a buddy who runs a company in New England. Handmade sewn stuff. He's started himself. He's hired a couple people, but it's a small business. I really like the guy, and I really like his stuff. So again, thehiddenwoodsman.com. So it's a little bit of a mess right now just because I had everything strapped to the outside and coming in. So first I've got my Fall Raven granite shirt just up in the top here. Just right through the straps. These straps come with the backpack. Ooh, the sun is shining, boys and girls. Nice. Alright, that'll come in handy later on when it gets really cold. The straps go from the top all the way down through the bottom. You've got 2 cinch points there, one there. So you can really get a lot of things cinched the outside, the front of it, the top, all that stuff, nice and easy. The bottom has Molly. Again, I had my my wool blanket, that's what it's called. I have my wool blanket attached to the bottom there, and that was good for on the way in. Like I was telling you guys before, it's an external frame backpack, which is really cool. Nice and heavy duty. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is an old Army external frame that he made these backpacks to fit on. So it just kind of slides in. There's a waist belt that he gave me aftermarket too. Just kind of slides on. And look how padded that is, though. That keeps your back away from all this metal. It just kind of pops on like that. So what I've already taken out of my backpack with my soft-sided cooler. In here I've got some beer, I've got a steak, some Joe Robinet Spice. Oh, I can show you that in a minute too. But that just kind of went right in the top. That flap over top of it, nice and easy. So I'll show you my food here in a minute. But that's my old Coleman soft-sided cooler that I got from my mom, that she had like since she was a teenager. Look at the colors. You can tell, by the colors. Baby blue and tan. It's on its last legs, but I love using it. I like old stuff. I like old stuff. Look at that. Look at the packaging. Look at the packaging, boy. Isn't that awesome? Bam, son. A little Joe Robinet on the bottom, and then the ingredients. I'll read them to you, but they are onion, garlic, black pepper, sea salt, coriander, red hot chili, spices. That's it. And it says it's good for fish, steak, chicken, and tents. Intense. You can get these at shoprobinet.com. You can put your pre-order in now. They're made in Canada, they're vegan, they're non-GMO, and they're natural. vegan steak rub. Vegan steak spice for when you put it on tents. It's really good. It's like a spicy, sweet, salty, savory. Yeah, very good. Made in Quebec, and yeah, shipping them out soon. So pre-order those if you want to. I'm just looking for a couple pieces of wood that I can practice my curls on. I'm going to grab a hard piece and a soft piece. So this has a nice straight edge on it. So this is a piece of maple. Grab that, and I'll grab a piece of pine. Even if I have to split it down to make an edge, that's fine. I'll use that one. It's nice and it's thin enough at least. And then let's grab a piece of oak as well while we're at it, because I got the pine. This would be, or sorry, because I have the maple. This will be oak. Didn't I split up an oak yet? They're all pine, I guess. Alright. Well, we'll mess around with these first, and then we'll split up some oak. Let's start with this maple. Not so bad. As a rule, maple is pretty good for curls. But I've never used this knife before, and I was able to get those like that right away. So that's decent. They're not the greatest by any means. I'm just making it flat right now. Meh, it's working. She's working, just like a knife should. Wow. My favorite. Check out those. Them's my favorite type of curls. Them's is. Look at that. I don't like to toot my own curls, but you know. Wow. Okay, cool. I'm happy with the way that handles, man. Not too shabby at all. Those are fast curls. Them fast Canadian curls. Look at that, boy. Are you guys excited? As excited as I am? That doesn't sound like it. Okay, so that's cool. Let's try, these are all good starters. I got a little bit of birch bark too, but I'm just having fun, right? So that's all good. Really, really good starters. Actually, you know what? Because it's not that imperative that I have these for the fire, let's spark that and see how good it lights up. You can see that, right? Nice airy curls. Why I like these so much is there's so much curls, like curly Q pigtails on there, They're thin and they're airy, and that all that combination is good for fire lighting. You're flaming up so much. I love it. I love it. So that wood's not resinous at all. It's got no sap in it. It's just a maple. And you get fine enough curls, you throw a spark or 3 or 4 onto it, and you got a flare. This ground is very wet. I'm just extinguishing it right now. All right. Lanyard on the fire steel. Feathers igniting very good. Like a lighter, I'm ignorant. All right, let's get this one split down. This is pine. This is white pine. We'll see how well this does with this knife for the shavings. To get it split down, I'll probably cut it in half first, and then use half of it as a baton, and then that way we can see how well the knife batons as well. Before I do all that, I'm gonna go put my shavings in the shelter. Australia, out of nowhere. Again, I'm not getting full swing. I'm barely choking. I'm choking up on this a lot. Barely getting any oomph into it, but it's not needed. See? See? All right. So both of these have a check going through them, a line, dry line. This one's a bit shorter. What was that? So we're gonna use this one for the piece we work with. I'll use this as our baton. Get rid of some of those limbs. Believe it or not, spruce and pine limbs are very hard. The knots, it's resiny too. The knots where they connect to the wood are very dense, very hard. So it's always a concern for a blade on those spots. Anyways, let's baton this. So I'm gonna try to go with the line, the split that's already there. Oh yeah, not too shabby. Nice fine curls, man. I haven't really tried. This is just an awkward way of holding it. Pretty good, pretty good. All right, let's check this bad boy out. Not as good. Not as good. Let's try it the normal way. The normal people way. Oh, wow. Well, I don't like it as good as the maple. It's still making very thin curls. I just can't control it as much. But like nothing wrong with it by any means. Yeah, that'll work. That will work. No. You gotta get a good starting place, right? Can't just be all willy-nilly about it. Nope. All right. Oh, only took me forever. Well, it is safe to say, very happy with my Normark knife. Give me some info. Give me some info on this bad boy. Folks, I know you guys know more than I do. There's sadly somebody out there that knows about that way more than I do. Alright. Pretty satisfied. Got some small pieces, got some shavings. I also got some birch bark. And I can go around and gather some pine twigs and stuff. And this will be a good amount of wood. I'm not done, but it's a good amount. It's a good start. Why don't we get a coffee on? Sounds like a good idea. They are French vanilla, don't get me wrong. They are French vanilla. Get a nice big fire going right off the bat with these twigs. Some good coals. And then I'll probably try to keep the fire going all day until tonight, where I cook supper and then keep it for warmth for at least part of the night. I don't know if I'll get up and stoke the fire too many times once I'm under this sleeping bag, or sorry, wool blanket. I'll try and retain my warmth, tuck it all in, and yeah. Anyways, keep it going. I'll get some more firewood after. Have a little lunch right now and have a coffee. A Jiva Cube coffee. Alright. Let's get this thing going. Gloves are coming off. Alright, well I think I'll start it with my shavings just because I made them and they go up pretty easily. Then I'll be able to add a little bit of birch bark just to get everything going really strong. Then I'll get my, my wet kindling on, because these are wet. These definitely have moisture on them. They are not dry, they're bending, but it's okay. They will light on fire. Alright, I'm hoping this is going to work. There's just some random stick I found on the ground. It's kind of rotted. Not really. This works before, but I've used longer sticks, so who knows. We shall see. Well, bam, son. That will work. This place has such an awesome glow. Even in the daytime, I can feel and see the glow coming off that fire. It's very enclosed, right? It's almost 2-3 sides enclosed here. So, no, almost 2 sides enclosed. Really bounces off and reflects. So, in my search and quest for not eating wheat as much, not cutting it out completely, but just trying to cut down on it, I got these corn tortillas. Second ingredient's wheat anyways, but they taste like corn. Imagine that. You know, like tortillas you get to dip like cheese in or whatever, nachos, stuff like that. That's what it tastes like. It's not a bad thing, just different. Smells like Play-Doh though. 100% smells like Play-Doh, which is strange. Alright guys, so you see me use this before. This is Jiva Cubes. This is my coffee. This is an instant Colombian coffee. Premium instant Colombian coffee. Says, open one individually wrapped Jiva Cube using 1 cube per every 8 ounces or based on your preferred strength. For a hot beverage, heat milk or water until desired temperature. Insert cubes in after 45 seconds. Stir. Your coffee is now complete. Enjoy cold. Just dissolve in 2 ounces of hot water with top or cold water, and top with cold water or cold milk. So I really like these things. Check it out. It's legit good tasting. Pressed into this, so it's very handy for camping. And Jiva Cubes wants to help hook you guys up. They're offering 10% off. So check out the description. There's going to be a coupon code in there and a link. Go check those guys out. They're made in the States. I like them. I've dealt with them a long time, and they're very good. My water's boiled. let's get her off. So that's a lot of water, actually. That's way more than a cup. So I'm just gonna get rid of a little bit of it. That's good. That's good right there. Oh, wow. She darkened up real quick. Smells good. Oh, man. It's completely dissolved, and it's been about a minute. Bam. Look at that amber goodness, boy. Look at that. Also, look at that slug, boy. On my pillow. Leaving a slimy trail. Just leaving a slimy trail on my pillow there, bud. Peace. Well, I did forget a cup. That would have been ideal, but that's okay. I can drink right out of here. It won't be the first time, won't be the last, definitely. It's strong. It is strong. Maybe I dumped out too much water. It's good. It's a nice manly drink out in the woods. You know, French vanilla. Anyways, check them out. All sorts of different coffee, something you'll like, I'm sure, and very convenient. Cheers, guys, and cheers to Jiva. Ballin'! Well, that coffee was really good. I sat here and almost let this thing go out. That squirrel. So I'm going to stack it up a little bit more with wood, stoke it even, and we'll get some more firewood because this ain't going to cut it. I've already put a dent in what I had. A little sit pad, good for more than just sitting on. Hey! Again, as I've said a million times, this is my Phantom X sit pad. I don't know if I've ever shown it really in detail. One side's orange, one side's multicam. It's got a little bungee, not a bungee, but a paracord on the outside, straps, and it's a Velcro. So you can put or take out, switch out, whatever you want inside here. Just got the blue foam pad. I don't know what he's doing lately. I don't have any affiliation with him. Just used to be buddies on a forum, excuse me. I believe he still has an Instagram going. I'm not sure if he's making things or not, but check him out, Phantom X. I always get lots of questions, guys. About what gear I have, where to get it, how to get it, all that stuff. So I've been doing this a long time. I've been through a lot of different providers of makers of gear and things like that. And I just like to show you guys as I'm progressing, as I'm changing, just the different stuff I have and use. So not all of it is has anything to do with me. Some of it does, but I will let you know definitely when it does. Stuff like this, I've just been using for a long time. You've seen me use this for a very long time. And it's good stuff, you know what I mean? Like, you can't go to Dick's Sporting Goods or Walmart or Canadian Tire from Canada and be like, can I have this specific sit pad for being outdoors? And honest to God, you don't need all this. You can just get away with the blue foam pad, which I've done forever. But, like I said, in case there are questions about it, and I know there are, that's why I go through it all. I think I saw a piece of wood that I stacked up last time I was here, just right against the shelter. So let's go check that out and see if it is good to go. It might still be, or it might be very wet from sitting there in the rain all year. This is a big heavy one. I could probably get rid of my vest. I'm gonna work up a sweat, I'm sure. Excuse me. Whoa. Good to get stuff out of the way before you start chopping. See, this is sliding all over the place, and I really don't like that. And it's really burying itself into this wood. This is some dense, dry, seasoned, almost petrified wood. She intense, boy. See that? If you can hit it in the same spot every time or close to it, not like that, it's supposed to be the most efficient. Fits good like that. That is a solid piece of wood. See if we can split it. Bam, son. Not too shabby. Hit it right on the crack. Split her open good. You can see I got her right in there. Rotten dura. Not too bad, man. Boink. It's solid wood. I'm not hating this axe, let me tell you. I'm up in the middle of the woods here. Look at this terrain, just pine, rock, moss, and grass. I come by this tree and check it out. If you watched my last trip with Doug there in Algonquin, you'll have seen something similar to this, and I told you that it wasn't very uncommon to see it. This is on a much larger scale. So you see this tree falling here. Look at the size of that rock that it pulled up in its roots. Like, that's big. Very, very big. It came from right there. You can see the depression, the little cutout in the rock, and the moisture that collected. There. Here you can really see the size of the rock that it flipped up when it did. And this is all quartz, a little bit of granite. This is how you would be able to find flint in places that do have it. With trees flip up, it's easier than digging down through the ground to find rocks, right? But you can also use this. Maybe I can show you actually right now. Oh, I can't. The knife is stainless steel. I can't show you. If I had a carbon knife, it would actually spark off of the quartz. Lots of birds. So the quartz is super sharp. Oh, there's my plane. Right? Panky, white, brittle, but you can see pieces flying off there, but sharp. Very sharp. So if you had a carbon fiber, if you had a carbon knife, carbon steel knife, you could take sparks from that and this together, but then you need something charred to take the spark and ember it up. Might have dinged my lens up there. So it's a good resource. It's a good thing to know. If you need rocks for certain things, you can look for upturned trees. And that's the whole terrain around here, right? It's like what I'm sitting on right now is moss, ferns, and rock. Just all on top of rock. It's all Canadian Shield. And there it is right there. There's barely even any substrate, maybe an inch or two. Pine needles, old decomposing matter, new pine needles, moss, ferns. That's about it. It's interesting to see the variance of how far along the leaves are. Back in here, I see nothing but green. But back out closer to the trail that I walked in on, the ground was just littered with red maple leaves. And the drive in, I saw yellows, oranges, browns, reds. So it's different back in here. Maybe because there's so much shade, but I'm sure once it starts to change, it will quickly. I'm getting cooled down now that I'm not chopping wood and I took off that vest. Oh, that's such an inviting, look how inviting that looks. I'm way up on the hill and all I can see down there is Le Chateau and Le Warm Fire. Oh yeah, the roof and everything, man. I love this place. I really do. Did I say that yet? How cool is that, man? Ooh. Holding on. Ah! I don't know how well it's translating in the video, but like this is eerily calm. Like really the calm before the storm. It feels like rain. It feels like it's going to storm. I am going to put my tarp up on the top, just over the roof a bit, and maybe draping down the back a bit. Yeah, I have it here. Why not? And then tomorrow when I am tearing down the shelter, it was supposed to rain all day tomorrow, right? So tomorrow when I'm tearing down the shelter, I can leave that part for last, tear down the other stuff, film it, have somewhere to sit and relax. If it does rain all night or whatever, I'm sure it will permeate through a bit and start dripping. So, yeah, why not? We have it. This is my 9x9 sil nylon tarp that Kyle made that I love to use. You guys see me use a whole bunch. I've got some paracord already attached to it for my last trip, and I have this nylon cord that I always keep with it, this reflective cord. So we might not need that, but let's see. I'm not even too sure how I'm going to get it on just yet, but we'll get it on. We get her on. again, it's more important, I think, to have on the top than on the back, because the back is thatched and the top is not. Whoa, bro. Just really gotta get that down and then we're good. I gotta get a piece of paracord though. That's pretty slick. You know what I mean? It's big enough it covers quite a bit on the top, all of the back. You got a little bit of wind block there on the side. I do not hate that one bit. So the part that I was worried about being crappy for burning burned first, so it couldn't have been that wet. There we go. There you go. Been watching a lot of British shows lately, can you tell? I have a theory, and correct me if I'm wrong, British people. My deduction from watching a lot of British shows lately is that if somebody's at odds with another person, or if they've had like a little tiff, instead of saying like I'm sorry or like do you forgive me or let's talk about it or anything like that, do you ask them if they want a cup of tea? Is that a thing? Do you want a cuppa? Come, have a cup of tea with us. Have a cup with us. Do you want a cup of tea? Do you want a cup of tea? And if the guy says, you alright? Yeah, right, we have a cup of tea with you. Then it's okay, you know, it's not that big a deal. But if the person says, no, I don't want tea. You drink that tea by yourself. That means, like, we're not good yet. You got some splaining to do. We have to wait. Let time heal all wounds. Am I right? Am I even close? Do you want a cup of tea? Yeah, alright. Then you're good. Do you want a cup of tea? No. You're not good. Is that something? Am I even close? I think I'm right. I told my wife this and she just looked at me like, why am I married to you? Do you want a cuppa? Do you want a cup of tea? So you can see all that smoke in there, right? It's just coming out exactly where it needs to. It always has a draft going this way, parallel to where the bed is. It's quite smoky. It's a very good design and it's not even done. 2 beds, would have another lean-to there, and that would definitely affect the airflow too. But, hey man. She's been a good one. It's after 5 o'clock now. I'm getting a bit hungry, so I want to buck up some wood in order to stoke up the fire a little bit more. Get some good, decent coals, and then grill up my rib-eye steak. String maple. Look at this. Alright, these are some rocking coals already, but this is a piece of pine here. So let's get the pine completely burned up and have all hardwood coals. This is some maple. And then I got a big piece of oak to go right on top. That'll burn really well. Ah, it stays in the pit. go. Get one more piece of oak on top, actually. Bam, there we go. That'll be perfect. Got the old Joe Robinet blend. I'm going to put it on and just kind of loosely cover it back up with this butcher paper after. Burn this piece. Just so no bugs get into it. Alright. Pretty soon I will have Scout with me and he can share it with me. Woo! Smells like meat. So I was joking earlier about the vegan steak spice stuff, but you can obviously, if you are vegan, put it on mushrooms, vegetables, whatever. Fry her up. That's what it looks like. Oh, where's my spoon? A little spicy, a little salty, a little sweet, a little good. Big good. Someone asked if it was Montreal steak spice, and that's a good question, but no, it's not. It's not even really that similar at all, other than the salt in it. Alright. So that's the overall look of it. A little on the orangish side. Smells delicious. Oh my goodness. So there it sits. So we're ready to eat. Bam, son. Bam, son. Well, the flames are still high on the fire. I might as well boil up my vegetables. I'll probably maybe just get rid of a little bit of that, but I need most of it. I have a lot of vegetables here. A lot of vegetables. I really wish I brought butter, but that's alright. I'll throw a tiny bit of spice on them after. Call it good. Broccoli and yellow beans. Alright, that's good, right? There's plenty of water in there for that, I think. The vegetables are boiling. Checked those out a minute ago. I got a couple rocks here that I might need to prop up to get my my grill in there. My grill propped up, I mean. But all these here are what I want. All these red hardy coals, embers. Not so much the flames. So I can leave that fire to burn a little bit right there. And kind of just put a grill in here and a rock in there and prop the grill up, I mean. Oh, it's hot. So hot. You can really feel the warmth when you're in here compared to outside of the shelter. There's another plane. Bam. Oh, it came off. Oh my goodness. I'm having trouble here, can you tell? There we go. There we go. All-purpose spork. Ah! Danger! Danger, bro! Get from here! Oh, I don't mind a little charbroil, but I do not want it all flamey all the time. All flamey all the time. Oh, my heavy cover spork fits in this perfectly. There we go. Well, that part's done. Yeah, that part is done. Alright, I'm calling her done. I'm going to sit it here for a minute or 5 while I deal with the vegetables. Smells like vegetables. There was the time where I would have made hot chocolate with that water. Potato water dank. Alright. I even got a little dish to put it in. No butter. Did I mention no butter? No, on second thought, I think I want to leave it in the pot. That way it'll stay hotter and I can just pick at it with my spork fork. I can have a beer. I can have a beer. I have 2 beers and I save them. I can definitely afford to have one with dinner, right? That's what they're here for. I'm not sure if I want to like this one. I've never tried it, and I've made the mistake in the past of trying the new one first and not liking it and having to drink it, whereas if you drink the one you know you like first, then drinking the other one second isn't that big of a deal. So we're going to drink the Karma Citra from Great Lakes Brewery. Let me in. Let me in. There we go. Cheers, folks. It smells so hoppy. It's worth the wait. Okay. Excuse me. Let's eat one vegetable. One vegetable and then break out the steak. Oh man, those look good. Yummy nums. Tastes really good, even by itself. Okay. Lid goes back on. Steak time now. You can see all the juices, all the red juices on top. Check her out, boys and girls. Ah. This camera setup is dodgy. Okay. Should put something underneath me. See how she goes. Oh, it's tender. Try not to cut through right to the grill. Oh, surprise, surprise, I overcooked it again. It's not bad. Alright, let's try it. I'm excited. It's very soft. There's lots of fat, which on a ribeye is a very good thing, in my opinion. Most people's opinion. Alright, here we go. That taste is through the roof, bro. Oh, that is really good. No joke. Look at that. Look at that. I feel like scrambled up. Look at that meat, boy. Comment below if you want scrambled O to come back. Plane overhead. Oh no, I lost the yellow bean. Not on my watch. Sorry about my autofocus, guys, for real. I don't know what's going on. I'm almost done my steak. I got... Excuse me, I got that much left. Ate almost all my vegetables. It's 6:30. Halfway down my beer. I'm feeling very content, feeling very happy I was able to come out here. Feeling very glad I did come out here. Sorry, one more adjustment. I'm gonna have to get a light in here. Stoke up that fire soon. It's not even that dark really out there. It's getting there. It's gonna be dark in maybe in an hour. So the Karma Citra. In years past, this is a sessional beer from Great Lakes. Years past, you guys I'm sure have seen me drink this. It is a hop from the Yakima Valley. I'm not going to read it all, but it is off their Tank 10 series, 6.6%, 4.73 milliliters. I don't know what that is in American. Karma Citra. It's a good one. So, like I said earlier in the video, I'm not going to do the teardown of this shelter in this video. That's going to be tomorrow morning before I leave. It'll probably take an hour or so, I'm sure, at least. I don't want to just leave a pile of everything just right here either. But it'll be a completely separate video, so you have to tune in for that one. It'll be called like Destroying My Shelter, or my Shelter Destroyed, or something along those lines. Yeah, I'm hoping it does well. I have a really, really cool little like surprise for that video. I don't know if you've noticed lately, but there's been some changes to my videos, and it's pretty cool. So I hope you're accepting it. I hope you're thinking that it's cool. But anyways, just trying to get on my grind, man. You know what I mean? That race to 1 million. Hitting 1 million is a goal of mine. Never thought that would be possible, and it would never have been possible without you guys. Just been a long road, you know what I mean? People get that in a year, and it's taken me a long time. Partly because of the genre, partly because I was a pioneer in it. To be honest with you, nobody was making those long videos before me. Now it's the norm for the genre, and I'm glad that it happened that way. But in the same respect, I want to be a pioneer for the outdoors community to get 1 million. Who else has it? Like maybe Wrangler Star, Primitive Technology. But in the same respect, those guys really aren't in my specific genre. It is in the overall broad thing. I get that for sure. But anyways, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification. I say it jokingly, but I'm dead serious. Tell your friends. So it'll happen. It'll happen soon, and I'm really stoked for that. I'll put it up in my studio. I'm sure I'll have my new house, my studio, all that stuff built by then. I put it up on the wall, boom, next to my my 100,000 subscriber plaque. When you get a 100,000 subscriber plaque from YouTube, YouTube sends you a package, and there's like a note with it, and it says like, it won't be that long till 1 million, till the next plaque at 1 million. And I just thought at 100,000, like, pff, sure, bud. You know what I mean? But now it's so close I can taste it. Well, right now as I'm speaking, I'm at like 790-something thousand on YouTube subscribers. And I know by the time I get back, upload this video, and by the time it's out, I'll have about 800,000. So I'm really close, man. Like 200,000 will fly by, I'm sure. Especially if you guys help. Shameless plug. So, oh, sorry. Doug has made me self-conscious of this. 1 second. So the teardown, the whole destruction of the video, will be in the next video. The whole destruction. So the teardown, the whole destruction of the shelter will be in the next video. And it's not just going to be me tearing it down. Like I said, I have a surprise planned for it. And also, I'm going to tell you why I put things where, how I did things, the purpose behind things, if I regret doing certain things, if I think it all worked out well, all of that behind it. I'm hoping it'll be about a 20-minute video, but we'll shall see how it goes. Hoping that video does well too, as I started saying. So, all right, I'm eating lots more and almost done now. I'm all that's left. I'm all that's left. Is that any better? It is. It is. Look at that. All right. So where I grilled my steak there, those coals are still nice and red. It's pretty awesome. That's because of the oak and the maple hardwood. And then over there, I was just burning mostly pine. So let's get rid of that rock and put some more wood on the fire. She's gonna be hot, so it's important to put the gloves on. Leather gloves. And that's why I really prefer leather gloves in the bush, especially for this time of year. Working, getting dirty, working hard, grabbing rocks, whatnot. Dealing with fire all the time. Fire is mainly the reason, to be honest. So, we got a decent amount of coal still. Try and get them together as much as possible. This fire poker can go in too. That's nice people. A piece of maple, something light like the pine will be good to put down too, because that'll catch quickly. And I can throw more on top of harder, decent wood to get more coals and have the fire last longer. That's pretty good. I could let that sit for a while. I could fan it. I'll probably have to let it sit anyways, but giving it a little bit of a fan to start it is not a bad idea either. Especially if I don't want it to just smoke for a long time in here. She's already flaming up. Another thing I like to do is to burn all of the steak stuff, the dank, off of my grill to kind of clean it up a bit. So once that flames up, I'll throw that on there and burn it all off. These are tough. These are very tough. Getting to be that time. I need to grab my headlamp before it gets too dark and I can't find it. Oh, you know what I did? Unscrewed it a bit so it didn't turn on in my pack. That's exactly right. So nice new fresh battery. We'll be good to go tonight. A lot of times I'll just hang it around my neck until I need it. Have it there. It's not so bad there, but kind of bulky. But if I do have a coat with pockets or whatever, like this vest does, I'll just till necessary. There she goes. See all that stuff on there? Needs to burn off. Well, it's after 8 now. It's probably decent time to have that second beer. Hello. So this is, again, Flying Monkeys. They have a juicy ass that I really like, but then they also have this optical illusion that I do not like at all. Flying Monkeys out of Barrie, Ontario. Let's check her out. Theoretically 0, 4.8 alcohol percent, so that's small, low. Unfiltered to preserve the tropical aromas and fruity hops, the elegant finish of this beer is a refreshing session in each contemplative sip. With 0 hops in the boil, theoretical 0, in theory, has 0 IBUs. Experience hop flavor but low isomerized bitterness. This hazy hypothesis is reflected in this fresh, unfiltered session ale. Does that mean it's a wet hop? Is it a wet hop? Oh my gosh, I don't know. I do not know. It smells good. Kind of soapy. It smells kind of soapy. Cheers. It doesn't taste like anything. It must be a wet hop. That really doesn't taste like much at all. It's not bad. It just doesn't taste like anything. It's been a while, at least an hour since I drank that last beer, so it's not like I'm just still tasting that. I got a haircut. I sniped a mullet on the sides and the back. Left the top a little bit longer, you know. Style and profile and Joe here. Blue in. Alright, remember? Do you guys remember that? From previous video? Not just from what it's from. Well, I have no flashlight on now. Shut it off. The reflection from the fire is all you're seeing. The radiant light. I don't know what words I'm supposed to be using. Excuse me. It's late. Right? The glow of the fire, if you will. This will be my last outing before I move. So I have this as one video. The next video I put out as a standalone video. So I'll be 2 videos, and I have, this is October 1st, and I'm moving in 2 weeks. So maybe I can stretch it for 2 weeks. I have one shorter video. I did like a trail stories video when I was in Algonquin portaging. I'm not sure if that would even be a good video. Probably not too good, so I might not put it up. But thing is, I'm moving in a couple weeks, and it's going to take a few days, obviously, to get all that situated and stuff. So I'll probably miss a week. I'll probably have a video up for the next 2 weeks, and miss a week in October, and then up again, which will be not so bad. I'm sure you guys can understand that. But we'll be starting straight away on like Bushcraft camp. I have a property that I want to thin out eventually and have a few sparse spruce trees in there. Right now I have balsam fir and I have spruce, and they're young. They're, I don't know, yay big around, thigh thick at the most. Some of them. Most wrist thick. And they're thick. It's a thick balsam fir spruce bush. I want to take out most, if not all, of the balsam fir, and this is mine. I can do whatever I want with it, right? It's my property. I want to thin it out to make a better yard or lawn later on in life for when we're there. So, I'm going to take down those balsam fir, leave the spruce, but I'm going to build a shelter right out in the front there. So I have 2 acres, and my house sits way in the back, and I'll be building this right in the front. I'm not trying to like pull the wool over anybody's eyes, you know what I mean? This is not some kind of remote camp. This is a family type, like in front of my house when I want to escape from my family, or when I want to have my family outings, that I can just do that there easily. Me and Emerald could spend the night out, me and Scout could spend the night out, me and the wife could spend the night out, who knows? So I'll build that shelter there, and I'll be able to use all of the trees that I cut down. I'll be able to use all of the boughs, the balsam fruit spruce boughs, which are good for building flat, for everything I want, and I won't have to feel bad about it, and I won't have to worry if I'm being illegal or not. It's all mine. I'm totally allowed to do it, and it's just good for the forest itself, because it's going to be thinning it completely out and letting those spruce grow to be big, mature trees. And then in the future, 10, 20 years from now, I will have a lawn of either grass with few spruce trees or pine needle duff on the ground with few spruce trees. I could hang hammocks there. I could potentially build another house there, or a mother-in-law suite there. I could potentially do anything I want there. Have a permanent croquet course if I want, or golf, or anything I want. A cabin. Anything I want, because it's mine. Crazy. It's so crazy. It's so surreal, guys. It's so surreal. Like, I maybe I'm going on about it. I'm sorry if I am, but I'm so stoked. I'm providing for my family, and we're doing something we really want to do. You know what I mean? Like, this is such a... I never thought in a million years this would happen. Never thought in a million years I'd be able to do anything like this. I never knew what I was going to do for a job. Struggled, man. We worked paycheck to paycheck for so many years. Coming from that, too. My parents, her parents, everybody. Nobody to look to for guidance or anything like that. Never thought it was possible. Never even considered it. And now, buying the house of my dreams, bought the house of my dreams, have a great family, moving up there with them. It's a different life, guys. It's a completely different life. Autumn is never going to even know about living in Windsor. That's a huge plus for me. That is like an accomplishment, a personal accomplishment. Thank you all, too. This wouldn't have happened without you guys, obviously, right? Not at all. If nobody's watching my videos, I'm not getting paid. I'm not getting sponsorships. I'm not becoming a bigger YouTuber, big YouTuber. I'm just dead in the water. But because of you guys, and because of all of your support, and because of all of your continued support and growth and new subscribers and every single thing, buying merchandise, buying things from my sponsors so that they'll want to sponsor me again. It's all because of you guys. I thank you. I can't thank you enough, for real. For real. For real.
I can walk up there every day around 5 or 6.
Alright guys, well, it is almost 9:30. Yep, 9:27. Sitting here for a while now. Beer's long gone. Just been listening to a podcast, The Fighter and the Kid. I'm probably going to hit the hay. No rain has come yet, but I expect it to during the night, so I grab my backpack, my coat, and all that stuff, throw it all inside my backpack, and tuck it down beside my shelter here and behind it. Try and stay dry. If there's a thunderstorm or if there's a lot of rain or something in the middle of the night, I'll grab the camera and show you guys. But other than that, I will get with you in the morning. And yeah, we'll get up and tear down this camp. It's a little surreal. Alright guys, you have a good night. Wish me luck. Sweet dreams. I expect I'll sleep pretty good. I got a nice flat bed, I got a sleeping pad, I got a wool blanket. I am warm, like I have this thing undone, I could definitely take it off. It is nice and warm under here. Alright guys. Well, fire's almost died down, I gotta throw some more wood on it. But it is raining. It started raining. Staying nice and dry under here though, so that's good. Good morning guys. It's just after 7. I got wet. My feet got all wet from the rain coming in this way. Probably about that far up, my wool blanket got wet. I just tucked in, turtled up, and it stayed relatively dry, relatively warm. The rain slowed down. The rain just started slowing down anyway, so... Should I not say that? The rain started to slow down, so I thought it was a good time to get up and get out of here. I'm not going to cook eggs. My fire's completely out. Burn wood till, whatever, 3 in the morning, sparsely, and then that's it. So, a little bit of sleep until about 6, and then really good sleep from 6 till 7. Yeah. I gotta tear this thing down in the rain. I'm not gonna cook breakfast. I'm just gonna eat a bar and hike my butt out of here. So I'm gonna end the video now. Thanks for watching, guys. Really enjoyed this one. Really hope you enjoyed this one. I really hope that you tune in for the next video, which is me destroying this thing. It'll be a good closure. Good closure, right? Anyways, I gotta get going. I gotta do this and bounce out of here. I gotta hike like at least a good hour out of here. I want to get drenched. My sleeping bag or my wool blanket's gonna be on the bottom, and that's gonna pick up a lot of water weight. So I want to get out of here before it starts kicking up too bad again. You guys have a good day. Be nice to someone. Subscribe. Please subscribe. I'm on the game. I'm on my game. I'm on the hunt. On the quest for 1 million. Please subscribe to me. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.